Welcome to Manifested Publishers.
Welcome, learners. My name is Stephen Kariungi. Today we continue with Form 1 Biology, and we are going to discuss the care and handling of a light microscope. The first thing to note when we are looking at the care and handling of a light microscope is that a microscope is an expensive equipment that needs to be handled with a lot of care. And also, it has some lenses that can easily break and thus interfering with the functioning. It's therefore important that we observe some rules when we are handling the microscope or when we are taking care of the microscope. Now, so we can say that the microscope, and in this case we are talking about the light microscope, is the one that we basically use. Is an expensive set of equipment that needs proper handling to prevent damage, especially to the lenses. The lenses can break easily. So there are rules that we shall observe, and these rules are supposed to be observed during handling of a microscope. Number one is that when carrying the microscope, you should hold it by the arm and support it with the other hand at the base. So always make sure that you use both hands to carry the microscope from one point to the other, while one hand is holding at the arm and the other one is holding the base or is supporting the base, so that that microscope cannot easily fall. So when carrying it should be held at the arm with one hand, while the other should support the base. So it's important to note that. Number two is that after carrying the microscope to the bench where you are going to use it, make sure that you don't place it near the edge of the bench because it can easily fall. Make sure that you place it somewhere in the middle of the bench where it cannot easily fall. So avoid placing the microscope at the edge of the bench to prevent falling where it can easily fall. Number three, avoid touching the lenses. Avoid touching the lenses because those lenses, once they become dirty and stained, they interfere with what one is able to view using the microscope. So avoid touching the lenses. Because this makes them dirty and interferes with visibility. The other care is that while cleaning the lens, a soft tissue or a soft tissue that is meant for the lenses should be used to clean the lenses. So clean the lenses using a special tissue paper or the normal tissue paper soaked in ethanol, so that you are able to remove the stains. Another care that is required when handling the microscope, the metallic surfaces of the microscope should not be soaked in water, because that can lead to rusting. Metallic parts as this may cause rusting, so they should not come into contact with water. Instead, what should happen is that other parts of the microscope should be cleaned using a soft cloth, and stored in a clean, dry, and dust-free place. So basically, that is the care that is needed for a light microscope, so that it can be able to function effectively, and also so that it can serve for a long time. So we have said that it's an expensive set of equipment that needs proper handling to prevent damage, especially to the lenses. The rules to observe: 1, when carrying the microscope, it should be held at the arm with one hand, and the other arm should support the base. Number 2, avoid placing the microscope at the edge of the bench to prevent falling off. Number 3, avoid touching the lenses with your hands, because this makes the lenses dirty, which interferes with the visibility, the ability to view specimens. Number 4, clean the lenses using a special tissue paper or tissue paper that is soaked in ethanol to remove the stains. Number 5, metallic parts should not be soaked in water, as this may cause rusting. And finally, other parts of the microscope should be cleaned using a soft cloth and stored in a clean, dry, and dust-free place. So that is what we have covered today about handling and care of a microscope. So we are going to have an assignment. So the assignment, the first question, why should a light microscope be handled with care? We have just discussed that. Number 2, state 4 rules that should be observed when handling a light microscope. So that marks the assignment for the day. We'll stop there and see you next time.